The Comfort Construction Company is proud and pleased to present, for your benefit and listening enjoyment, Gems of American Architecture. My name is Harold Last. In 1875, Grandpa Last decided to relieve a situation which confronted the people of our country. Despite the ridicule of his friends, he organized the Comfort Construction Company and began to promote and develop a greatly neglected and almost forgotten American institution. We became the pioneer in this great social movement. In 1927, my dad joined me and my brother, and we entered a new field, the home construction field. The world's worst depression from 1929 to 1933 almost put us out of business. But we struggled along, and in 1938, one of our engineers came through with a revolutionary idea. Soon, the company startled the world and the Roosevelt housing experts with a mass production of houses. We produced these houses with the same speed and efficiency that cars had been rolling off the assembly lines before the start of World War II. But then came World War II, and Hitler began to score triumph after triumph. Unprepared Americans realized that there must be an all-out effort for the defense of our country. Soon we learned the meaning of a new word, priorities. Defense naturally came first. New super defense plants began to spring up. Existing plants had to be enlarged. Steel, copper, aluminum, and hundreds of other items, including bathtubs and inside toilets, became critical materials. Diversion of critical materials from our field into the defense industries forced the Comfort Construction Company to return to the industry which Grandpa originated in 1875. In order to prove that the Comfort Construction Company is eminently qualified to re-enter this field, and to earn your business trust, we present to you models of former days, which we proudly call Gems of American Architecture. We present to you, first of all, the Duke. This is not an air raid shelter. About 50 years ago, our company received an inquiry from a man in Waukesha. He wanted a dually that would withstand the elements and yet be different enough to be distinctive. Our draftsman designed a brick outhouse and submitted the plan to him. He placed an order immediately. Even the discriminating user has passed on. The Duke has defied time and has retained its useful and stable appearance. Next, we have the Leaning Tower. This was especially designed for an old crabby bachelor in North Milwaukee. His crabbiness was due to irregular bowel movements. Our engineer made a discovery. By installing a Johnny with a scientific angle, it was leaning slightly forward, and the old man had success on every visit, and his health rapidly improved. Of course, the Comfort Construction Company does not have a monopoly in all the Johnny business. Yes, here's what frequently happens to our competitors' models. This seldom happens in our company, since almost all of our models have a patented non-tippable feature. This improvement was created by one of our own engineers after an unfortunate experience in his own dually on Halloween night. We have now safely adopted this slogan, use your willy safely and comfortably on Halloween or any evening. This user of the old Reliable took one of our best models, he got an FHA modernization loan, and set out to do some improving. By applying some siding, he not only improved the appearance, but he also kept out the frigid northwest winds. Now on to our all-weather twins. A Hampton Avenue businessman called us for help. He said, "Design a unit for me that would be suitable for large numbers of customers with varying tastes." The all-weather twins filled the bill. One has a pitched roof to shed rain and the door opens and will close automatically in high winds. The other twin is designed with a roof of a slight angle, exposing it more to surface spring and summer sun. The general duty not only looks good, but it's very popular. A mother with growing children suggested this model. We have over 100,000 of them in use today. It also is known as a 2.5 holder. It has a standard seat 16.5 inches high and one smaller 6.5 inches for the kids. The Precision was developed after we received a letter from a man in Sheboygan. He said, "Design me a little toilet without wasted space, and one that's reasonably priced." Our Precision was the answer. Just the right capacity, exact size of door, and the proper amount of air circulation and price for just $13.39 FOB. We heard from his neighbor, and yes, the old story, trying to beat the Joneses, so we created another outdoor facility for him. The Eureka is the last word in unique toilet construction. First of all, it is light and airy. Our engineers usually recommend this model where dualies are placed on the side of a hill. Why? Because it's a time-saving feature. Here's why that's true. Notice it has special open and open back, which is not too conspicuous. In the owner's home, we permanently installed a pair of field glasses accurately focusing on this opening. One peek and he can tell whether or not the Donecker is already in use. Many times this owner saved himself another tiresome walk up and down the hill. The Comfort Construction Company has many rural school models. One of our most popular is the Ensemble. When we submitted plans to the La Follette School Board, they shouted in unison, "Just what we're looking for." It has a 2-holder compartment for the girls, a 1-holder compartment for the teacher, and a 2-holder compartment for the boys. We also added a trough in the boys' compartment to handle the large recess crowds. Another feature which made it a hit with the school board was the removable back, suitable for ease of cleaning. And it also served very nicely as a combination woodshed. Truly the perfect combination. The Cliff Dweller. Where in the world is this? Well, it's the rippling waters of the Milwaukee River below the dam in Grafton. One of the burgers there, a lazy burger, took a summer residence there and asked us to design a dually that required no attention whatsoever, and would insure him against the rise of floodwaters in the spring and prevent the discomfort of getting wet feet during the discharge of his daily duties. We offered him the suspended type of Donecker in America, the only one. We are really proud of this model, and later we added a splash-proof attachment to the installation that could not be raised as much as this model. Of course, we also created the Tourist, the only portable toilet in the whole country. In use, the cabinet is placed over any sewer manhole after the cover is removed. In 1933, we received an order of 116,000 of these models from the government for use by the WPA. That's the Works Administration. After producing about 25,000 of the WPA requested toilets, they asked us to change the specifications. We had to replace the conventional hole seats with logs to permit all sections of the unit to be used simultaneously. Further, we equipped them with a safety backrest, making it safe for the patrons who fell asleep. Then we had to furnish them with charts of manhole markings to prevent painful involvement with steam tunnels. We're really proud of our East Side model. Some years ago, our engineers were called to this man's flat, 3-story flat. He wanted our engineers to design a dually which could be used on all 3 stories at the same time. After hours of hard work, our engineers solved the problem. They cleverly staggered the seats in every story in such a fashion that all occupants could use their dually on their respective floor without any danger to any other occupant. Later on, this model became so popular that we added a staff of honey dumpers in all large cities to empty the receptacles into these multiple story units. This particular model is one that Grandpa last designed for use by his own family. You know, a large family, so a large dually. It is a separate compartment for men, a separate compartment for women, and each compartment is a 3-holer, and it's constructed so that you could easily clean it. Its other features are durability, stability, and reliability. In certain communities, this model has revolutionized the art of landscaping. Several owners have been so delighted with their Defenders that we offered them to be placed permanently on their front lawns, rather than the usual sites reserved for them in their backyards. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it has given me a great pleasure to present to you and give you a peek at a few of our gems of architecture. And we respectfully solicit to you